Rachel from Mind Over Matter Fitness, and I'm going to be showing you a couple of techniques to help you with flexibility and to help you work out some of those sore muscles before and after your workout. So one of the most popular ways to do that is with foam rolling. Foam rolling is self-massage tools. You can go for super cheap, get you a little $5 one on Amazon or Five Below, Walmart, Target. You want to make sure it's fairly dense. You don't want to be able to squeeze it and squish it. Otherwise, it's not going to really do its job. You can go more expensive route and get a solid one. This one has different settings on it. It vibrates. It's all fancy. Be careful with the harder your foam roller is. Sometimes the more it hurts. If it's so painful where it hurts to lay on it, then you're going to tense up. And when you tense up, you're no longer going to be massaging out the knots in your muscle. You're just going to be making them worse. Make sure that you feel those foam rollers. You don't want them so soft where they can squish, and you don't want them so hard where they're going to hurt when you lay on top of them. You can also get them very smooth, or if you think that having the knots and the bumps might help dig into those muscles a little bit more, then you might want to get those knots and bumps. Sometimes just getting multiple kinds helps. There's also some that are a little bit smaller and skinnier, and it kind of looks like a rolling pin. And so these you can actually just hold and use. I like these. They can tend to be best when you need to get into smaller parts and not have to lay on top of them. But either way, I'm going to show you a couple of techniques of how to use them and what they're going to be used for. So before I get started, I do want to share with you one of my favorite books on foam rolling that might be beneficial to you. It goes over why we foam roll, frequently asked questions, the different types of foam rollers. It shows you pictures of how to foam roll, step by step, every exercise, what could hurt, whatever. So it's called Total Foam Rolling Techniques by Steve Barrett. It's one that I started out using. It's pretty phenomenal. But of course you don't have to. I'm going to show you some of the basics before I get you started. So when we start with foam rolling, you usually want to foam roll before your workout. The reason why is your muscles are sore, tight, and you get knots in them. Your muscle is no longer at its full length, so you're not going to be able to work the full capacity of those muscles. If you foam roll before, then you're going to pull some of those knots out. It'll lengthen those muscles, and you'll be able to perform at max capacity. So make sure that you take some time before your workout, foam roll, get yourself feeling comfortable and loose, and then you can get started. After your workout, you've now put more knots back in. So time to foam roll again, stretch them all out. You're going to feel more comfortable afterwards, less sore afterwards, and you're ready for your next workout already. So it's definitely a positive, and so I hope that this video helps you out a little bit. So we're going to start with the hamstring muscle. So with your hamstring, I'm going to use the orange one just so you can see it a little bit better. The hamstring muscle is that fantastic muscle right on the backs of our legs. We tend, when we get leg day, to get these worked out pretty nice, and we get knots in them. So you put your hamstring on top of the foam roller. We lift up, and we're going to use that body weight to roll out the hamstring. If you find a knot, so if I'm rolling and I feel where, ooh, that kind of hurts a little bit more, I'm going to stop in that spot, watch the clock, and wait for about 30 seconds. And I'm going to push down and let that muscle really tense up on top of that foam roller. What's going to happen is my body's going to tell my muscle, hey, that's tight, that hurts, let go, release. And after about 30 seconds, it will release, let go, and now you've worked out some of those knots. If you don't feel any knots and it's nice and smooth, that hamstring feels good. So then we switch to the other. Next up is your calves. It's just right below your hamstring, so it's pretty basic. Same exact movement. We're right here. Sometimes you want to get those inner and outer sides of the leg. So we're just going to rotate the same way on those calves. And feel for any knots. Same way, hold for 30 seconds if necessary.